Welcome to Around the Board, a show where four board game enthusiasts discuss board game topics and news. Today's episode number 74, recorded on Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. And on the show today, we're going to have a really cool wrap-up of the year 2025. We're going to look at some of the games that we think are the best of the year, some of the most disappointing of the year, the biggest surprises, and a category called New to Me games, which really doesn't have anything to do with the year. But before we get started, let's introduce the contestants today. If you're contestants, we're not doing points, I guess, today. But anyway, Daniel Connors in the blue corner, John Theismann in the red corner, Kelly McLaughlin in the purple corner, and yours truly, Andy Barnett, in the green corner. Welcome to today's edition of Around the Board. What have you guys been up to?
Black Friday shopping, guys. I got quite the haul from Mission Board Games, but the one I wanted to talk about is this game right here. It is called Desperate Oasis. That's what they called me in high school.
Oh, gosh.
So you know what's funny about
They called you Desperate, I
game?
believe that.
What? You know what's funny about this game is it was advertised to me last year. Like, I don't like little box games, right? So why did this keep getting advertised to me? And it's I think the algorithm knows that, like, my handle is Oasis, which is just kind of creepy if you think about it. But after a year of being advertised this game, I finally picked it up. And you know what? This game is pretty cool. And I highly recommend it. So what's really cool about it, it's there's like 5 different lanes that you're battling over. And and it's a 2-player game. So you're just placing your animal on your lane. And what's unique about it is that it will attract the animals from the lanes beside you. But you can only have 3 animals in a lane. So sometimes you got to play it at the right moment so it doesn't pull an animal from a different lane. But there's also another catch, and that is some of the oases that you're battling over are portal oases, and it will take your opponent's animals and bringing them to your side. And the animals do all different types of things so that the combos that they have together just get really exciting. And yeah, this little 2-player game, this is like not my biggest surprise of the year because that's not a 2025 game, but this is like a really cool game that I was happy that I picked up. It's called Desperate Oasis.
You're saying that falls in the category of...
Shut up and take my money.
That's right. And all they had to do was call it Oasis, and I was in. So
sucker!
I'm an easy mark.
Yep. You're encouraging those Chinese Autobots to keep doing their work and send us these these things that we need to have.
Robots in disguise.
Decepticons, okay.
Maximals.
All right, speaking of Maximals, Andy, what have you been playing this week?
So I picked up a game that I had not played before that I got a while back. It's a small card game, small box game as well. And surprisingly, it was kind of fun. It's a ladder game, and it's called Odin. And it's actually kind of cool.
Me and Kelly played that game together this weekend without you.
Did you really? Oh,
and
cool.
you stole my game. That's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
all
just
right.
it's this little box game, and I didn't have any expectations of it. I picked it up. So what I sometimes do, guys, is if I'm in a new city, I will go to a friendly local game store, and I will peruse the shelves. And I always kind of feel like I probably should buy something, just to show my support or whatever. And then I can remember that's where I bought that game. Well, I was in a little shop by Universal Studios in Los Angeles, not far from there, and they had a okay selection. It was a lot of older stuff, but I found that game Odin, and I was like, well, this is only $11. Let's get this. And didn't play it for forever, but finally did play it, and yeah, it's a fun little ladder game.
Ha! I paid half that on Black Friday.
Well, there you go.
So you actually thought that was fun? I thought it was like just fancy Uno. Like it played itself. I just had because what's unique about this game is that you had to play a higher card, either be it a single, a pair, or a triple. But it wasn't added together.
Or a quadruple.
It was literally, or 5 or 6. It doesn't matter. It all had to be one thing. But it had it was like if you played 3 cards, you didn't have 9 + 8 + 1. You had 981.
Yeah,
so
that was kind of cool.
That was unique and interesting, but after a while, man, we got into a round where nobody could get out, because you also have to, once you like win a trick, you pick one up from the one that you won. So like if you're winning one tricks, you're just literally, I played one, I won one, so I pick that up. I play one, I win one, I pick that one up. And then the whole goal is to get rid of the cards, and no one's getting rid of the cards because you're just picking them up all the time.
That's what I thought was kind of fun about it, is there's always this strategy of, okay, I could play this number. This is great. But what am I going to pick up? And is that going to play with anything else that's still left in my hand? And so you had to always make these decisions about when you would play what and what would come back into your hand to make something bigger. And then I also like the fact that if you're not careful, you'll get stuck with one or two cards and you just can't get out. Because
it's all about timing. It's all about timing.
But I think that's user error, Daniel. That's user error.
But you couldn't control the timing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I will say we did play one guy.
Yeah, you control what trick you play.
Yeah, Kelly, back me up here.
I don't know.
Daniel's never the one to ask about this kind of stuff. He hates trick takers, ladder climbers, all of them. He's literally the worst. You got to talk to me, who is the
teach you queen.
Je ne sais quoi of trick takers.
Well, then tell me why this is good then.
I did.
Okay. So did I.
It's all about timing.
That's two of us against one.
Well, it's all about timing. I think it's fun. It's like the choices of, is it time to lay down that 3 card? Do I want that higher, lower card to make something to go out sooner? Because it's about getting rid of your hand as fast as you can. So you got to be as streamlined and clever when you play things.
And you keep an eye on what your opponents have, how many cards they have left.
True.
Yeah, it was faux cleverness, but whatever.
I think there's more to it than you realize. At first, I thought it was just kind of silly too, and then I started to realize there actually is some strategy here.
Yeah.
We can flush this out by asking Daniel. I've never heard how you feel about the game Scout. What is your opinion of that game?
I've never played Scout. It's
seriously?
a little trick-taking game.
Because these would compare well, it sounds like. So
that's
Daniel,
you call yourself
if you had the same kind of bad opinion about Scout, I would know that you're wrong, because
I would say you're not even an enthusiast at this point.
Not for trick takers, that's for sure.
No, Scout is also a ladder game, right? If I remember right.
Which one?
Scout, it's a ladder game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, were you trying to do better than the last one? Yes.
Yeah.
I played another ladder game recently too. Sorry, keep talking about ladder games. We'll do a whole episode on ladder games.
Apparently.
I got this one because it was super cheap on sale for Black Friday as well, and that was I can't remember if it's either Chuhan or Hanshu. I can't remember which way it is, but it's a little game by Hanshu.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Hashtag not a sponsor. It's by Tom Lehman, the guy who did Race for the Galaxy, Res Arcana. And it's a little 2-player ladder game with some little quirks that are kind of interesting, too. So I played that recently, and that was kind of fun.
All right. Well, John, what have you been playing?
The most interesting game I played recently was Landslide with my family. It's an old 1970s game that you roll and move around the board, and you try to win the presidential election. But I think I've talked about it on the show before, and I actually did send Daniel a commercial this year that my brother made, so maybe he'll put that on.
Friends, comrades, today we stand together for a future of unity and justice. Elect comrades.
But
it wasn't as impressive as the previous one.
Well, it's more like a TikTok than a commercial.
Yeah.
But
what's a TikTok?
He ran as my brother's name was Tom, and he ran as Comrade Tom Donnie. So we all do like some kind of a political satire that we add to the game. Nothing to do with the game. The game is really bad, but we have fun with it. So that was the most fun I've had playing a game here recently.
This is like a roll and move game, right?
It is a roll and move auction game. Roll and move, and then you bid popular votes to try to win the electoral votes of different states. So
this sounds about on brand for John.
Well, now that we thoroughly discussed games, let's talk about more games.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
If you've never been here before, shame on you, but what we do on this show is we have 4 different segments, games, if you will, that we discuss, debate, and talk, and usually we have a judge behind the scenes awarding us points. Tonight, the judge is sick. I think he had the croup or something, some sort of cough. Anyway, he's not here, so we don't have anybody awarding points, so you'll have to be the judges. You'll have to tell us, after you've listened to everything, how many points you think each person deserves, who won the show, and we'll break it up by segment. And we've got one to start with right now.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, so this show's all about 2025 games except for the first segment. The first segment is called Best...
Hold up.
What?
I thought the only one that had to be 2025 was Game of the Year.
No. The others are all 2025. It's biggest surprise of 2025, biggest disappointment of 2025, and best game of 2025. At least that's how I understood it.
That's not the way I understood it. I understood it was everything.
We always do this. We can never agree on anything.
That's what we've done every year. It's always been every year.
Well,
it's been.
We do have consensus that the first one has nothing to do with 2025. It's called Best New to Me Game.
Played in 2025.
Best New to Me Game. Yes.
So which way did Kelly do it? Did you do ones you played in 2025, or did you do all 2025 games?
I went by 2025 for each category except for the new to me in 2025.
Thank you, Kelly. Somebody here has sense.
Well, yes, that is. Well, hold on, because I'm thinking the game.
It doesn't matter.
The game that surprised me is not 2025.
Okay,
so I did 2 of them, not 2025.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no judge even here today. This is basically just a friendly, as they call it. Right?
Just our fans are judging us right now. That's all.
Well,
we just had
we're editing
mutiny.
this out.
But let's
to heck with following Daniel's choices.
Holy crap! Let's get to the first segment. Best to new to me game. Best new to me game. Daniel, start us off.
All right. So I was kind of torn on this one about which game I was most excited to talk about. So I'm going to talk about both, but I'm going to give you an official one. So my official one, I played at the beginning of this year to the point where I thought it was a 2024 game, and I was like, I surely talked about this game a lot, but I actually didn't. So here it goes, and that is Video Game Champion. This was a 2023 game that I played at the very, 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 very beginning, literally January 1st of January 2025, and this game is fantastic. It was so under the radar that I don't even understand like how this was missed. It's also a Dice Tower essential, and the fact that I never hear the Dice Tower talk about this game is just a travesty. So what Video Game Champion actually is, it's a I don't even know how to explain it. It's a very tight economic game where they're an action selection grid, and what you're essentially doing is you're picking a tile, which is called a button, from a row and a column that corresponds to an action. And when you pick up that button, you decide which action you're going to take out of those two. Well, those buttons also help you do combos in the video games that you rent from the video game store. I mean, this game is just so awesome. It's so thematic. Everybody I play with this with has always been like, man, this game really feels like I'm in the 90s begging my parents to play a video or buy me a video game or to go to the store to rent a video game. There's like, it's very like cutthroat as well because only one person can rent a game. So you have the action selection turn, and then after that you can actually go and spend money to rent games, but you're actually claiming the games. So you're taking them from other people. This game is so good. I highly recommend it. It is a tight economic game that just will not disappoint. So the number 2 in a close second, and the reason I didn't pick this one for my number 1.
Can I say something about their first one first?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I remember now playing this with you, but I got to be honest. I get some of the games that you like confused because Comic Book Hunters and Bagged and Boarded and this one, they all just feel kind of the same. I know that one is comic books, one's video games, or 2 of them are comic books, but it seems like,
hey, what can I say? Yeah. I'm a 90s kid who loves collecting things. So video games, board games, action figures, like, hey,
Pokemon.
Give me that.
Nerd.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? I'm a nerd because I love these things, okay? But you know what else? What is not nerdy is mini golf. Did you know that? Actually, it probably is nerdy as well. But mini golf designer, I played... Yeah, I don't know what kind of game it is, but it is fantastic. It is a tile laying game, and I only got to play it once, and that's why I didn't actually choose it. But it's like, I finally discovered, guys, what my favorite game mechanic is, and that is when you look at a grid of stuff, and you know you're going to have to fill this grid in, but you get one piece at a time, and you never know which piece you're going to get, and then you're kind of like building it in your head, and you're like, okay, I'm going to build my like 18 hole this way and my 1 hole this way, and I hope that I can meet in the middle somewhere. And I just love those games. That's what Mini Golf Designer is, which is another one that kind of went under the radar. So check out both of those games, but my official one is Video Game Champions.
I got a game you got to check out now, Daniel. Spatially Aware. Now that I know that, I know there's a game you got to definitely check out.
Okay, what's that?
Tetris.
Oh, never heard of that. Please explain.
I won't right now. We don't have time, but
it's too complicated.
Not Tetris. The
Use the Google.
superior game Dr. Mario. That's actually the better one. So
Okay.
all right. Well,
outdid
John,
you.
what was the game you played this year that was most exciting?
I don't know if it was most exciting, but it was
New to
biggest
you.
surprise.
It's not surprising. Surprising is for the
say
surprising
that.
category. We got to quit using the same words.
New to you game, John.
I'm just messing with
New
Andy
to
because he
you.
thinks these are all the same category. So the best new to me game was actually, now did I play both those games? Yeah, I played both those games that you mentioned, and yeah, I man, very different. Mini golf designers down here, and then that video game champion.
Oh my gosh. Mini golf designers right up your alley, dude.
I know. I thought I would love it, so that would go as biggest disappointment for me because it was okay. I didn't, it was King Domino with some different things.
No.
So
Ah,
anyway,
spoiler alert.
but mine new to me was actually a game I played at young Daniel's house one day, and it was a game that going in, I had not big high hopes for, but he had requested to play it a few times, and we finally played it. That was Cubitos, and I am not a big fan. I think when we did a thing where we're like, hey, let's do a thing where we pick the best race game out of our collection. I'm like, I have no race games. Race games don't appeal to me. I don't like them. I don't, and even if I do like them, it's like, well, that was fun, but it's nothing I need to play again. Cubitos was really fun. I really loved how you have these ways to alter what happens in the game, and how there's so much going on in it for a little racing game, and I thought it was going to be just this cute little nothing of a game, and there was a lot to it, and so it helped that I won. I'll admit that gives you a good first impression when you win a game, but everybody can go their own direction in it, because everybody can go their own direction too, because it's like, well, do I want to get these abilities that are hard to get that I might not be able to use, or do I want to get the ones I know I'm going to be able to use a lot? And so it's kind of an all or nothing kind of a thing with that, or you can mish or mash it. Really cool game, and it's quick too, because it's a racing game. So I don't know. I thought Cubitos really was probably the best new to me game as I went through my list that I played. So
I like the insert and how it organizes the dice. I know that's a really little thing, but it's actually really nice.
That's fascinating to me, John, that you didn't like Mini Golf Designer, but you liked Cubitos, because I played both of those probably with you guys. I went out and bought Mini Golf Designer because I thought it was fun. I thought it was great. But Cubitos did not do it for me at all. I thought that was, I don't know, it just didn't feel great.
really,
Dice builder, right? Dice bag builder, right? I mean,
yes,
drafting different dice. It was okay. It was okay. It just didn't, I don't know. Maybe it's because I lost.
maybe that's what it is. No,
Well,
because
I'm happy to say
maybe that's what it was.
that you are both wrong, because Cubitos and Mini Golf Designer are both fantastic games. So
There you go.
you're both wrong.
I
let's
wouldn't get
go.
to know on the mini golf. I didn't get to play it. We were going to play it, then you guys pivoted.
Well, let's hear
Pivot.
let's hear a voice of reason, a voice from the feminine side of things, which probably will put us all in our place. Kelly, what was your
I already
biggest?
talked. Oh, you're talking about Kelly. Sorry.
No,
I
Not-
really thought
or
I was
Hanzo.
going to Daniel, too. He was talking about needing makeup earlier.
That's right.
Anywho, my new to me game, and I just love this one so much, I'm so excited to talk about it, is Galileo Galilei. And it's a classic Euro. Over the course of the game, you uncover newly charted planets, as it says. You upgrade your telescope, which is like this little mechanism of doing different actions that you can upgrade. I really enjoyed it. You gather your planet, your star systems. They have little books where you go up a chain to get resources. As long as you carefully manage, there's all the resources that you get. You can buy, I think, the better planets. And there's these inquisitors that really can make this game punishing. When you collect them, you got to really balance getting them up their track, so to speak, because they'll give you a lot of negative points. And if you get them to safety, so to speak, they actually gain you quite a bit of points. So that's a really interesting part of this game. It had me at hello. I never heard of it till I saw it at Geekway. I guess their Kickstarter had some shipping issues. So we got in on something that a lot of people didn't get to get their hands on, so to speak. And I just love this. I've played it several times. I'm anxious to get the expansion. It's just fantastic.
See, that's interesting to me because I have played that one too. In fact, I own it. I've played it probably 2 times, and I need to give it another try because the second time just kind of left me with, I don't know if this has staying power, but You do make me want to try it again.
It's so many paths to victory too. Like you could just do so many different things.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. It was you could have kind of a fluid strategy where it's like there's all those different goals out there that are up for grabs, and you're like, oh hey, just what I've been doing, I'm really close to that goal, and it doesn't look like anybody else is. That wasn't even what I was trying to do, but boom, I'm gonna go all in on that now. Different things like that can happen in that game too. I really liked it, and it's my only caveat was the theme didn't really connect as well as I thought it would. I know what they were trying to do with the Inquisitors. That's like the only part that really seemed to connect. I know there's a telescope on the board. Just because you're moving a telescope doesn't mean it feels like you're doing some astronomy. I don't know.
Are you kidding? It had asteroids. It had exploration. I mean, I couldn't tell you how the theme was more on, John.
Yes, it has decoration for theme. You're right. It does.
And authentic scientists.
If it was a party, it's a great themed party. But as a game, it needs more than that. Okay. Other than that, no, it's a great game, though. It is a good game. I just wish the theme.
Have you played it,
Daniel? You
Daniel?
haven't played it yet, Daniel?
I have not. The three of you guys played it one second Friday, and I told you guys that I was hosting and that I could not actually play it, and you all three played it and scowled at me the entire time.
You know, some of us sacrifice things for the show, Daniel.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Daniel, you're definitely not the one who does. There's a lot of sarcasm there. Daniel basically runs the ship.
No, I do want to play it. It's on my radar. I would be happy to play it. It's definitely, it looks like it's right up my alley. I think it's also like a Capstone game too, and Capstone I trust. So I got to get it played. But unfortunately, I have not played it this year or last year or ever.
I'll hose you in on a Friday, not this one, because it's the Christmas gift exchange. But it's going to be too late for you to see this. Sorry.
Probably.
So I'll hop in here and tell you what I have. I have 4 games.
What?
Probably can't talk about all of them, but
you mean one for each category that we're doing?
No, I have 4 games that are best new to me games.
You only did like 2 categories.
Hey.
He's got 4 for each.
Follow the rules, Andy. We all did one game. Come on.
That's I'll talk about one, but I'll rattle off several. How's that?
No.
So, one that was really great, and it's an old game, is Lost Cities. I've never played Lost Cities before, and I played that with my wife on our anniversary trip, and I just played it online a bunch, and now I'm done with it. It was wonderful. I played about 100 times, and now I'm done.
Now I'm done with it.
It had the same vibe as like Dominion did. I was like, I love this. Okay, I'm done with this. So there's that.
Did it a few times and threw it to the wolves.
That's right.
Another game that I learned about at TrevorCon was Pirates of Maracaibo, an Alexander Pfister game, and I had not played.
You were
that.
really hot on this one for a while.
I'm still hot on it. I still like it a lot. In fact, I invested on the neoprene mat because the way you set it up is a little weird, but the mat helps a lot. I really like that game. It's a game where you are. It has some resemblance to Great Western Trail, which no surprise, Pfister did both. But you are basically you're taking your ship all the way across the ocean, and you're doing this 3 different times. And in those 3 different times, you can stop as many times as you want on different things. Well, not as many times, but you can stop up to a certain number of times. But you also risk the fact that somebody else might skip ahead to the end of it, and they might just then you're done for that turn. You have to just go, and you can't get any of the stuff you were hoping to plan to do. So it's kind of interesting. And there's different things. There's resource collection. There's different cards that do different things as far as like end game points, and then there's this whole secondary part that has a map where your explorer is walking along this map, and there's different bonuses you can get on there. I just thought it was a really cool game.
I'm sorry, is this the best new to you game? Or are we still getting to that?
That was the best new to me game.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
That was it.
I mean, you were going to rattle some off. I was like, oh my gosh, is this just the second of 7 he's going to rattle off?
No,
okay.
That's the one I'm going to talk about. The other two, the other two are Civolution and Marrakesh, a couple of Stefan Feld.
Oh, okay. Cool. I've heard good things about Marrakesh. I'd like to try
You've
that one.
got Marrakesh played? I'm jealous. I still haven't got mine played. Which
pretty
I believe
good.
was on our top 10 Shelf of Shame games.
But Maracaibo, that's the one that I'm going to go with, is my...
So Pirates of Maracaibo, have you played the actual Maracaibo?
I haven't.
Andy?
I haven't.
And I've played Pirates of Maracaibo. I really liked it. Not a bad game at all, but I kind of really want to play the more robust game to see the differences and see if it's like, I don't know, maybe even better. So I'm not willing to go all in on Pirates of Maracaibo until I play Maracaibo.
Makes sense.
Boy, you're in luck, Daniel. I own the base and expansion.
Oh, so do I. I've had it since the day it came out.
It doesn't matter whether he owns it
and
or
have
not.
we played it? No.
No.
I do want to get that played as well. The one thing I did like about Pirates is it kind of gave me a shorter version feel of Great Western Trail, though, in some ways.
Yeah.
It's not completely.
Which actually, a 2025 game I don't think any of us played was El Paso, which is a short version of Great Western Trail, but I don't think it got raved about as much as Pirates of Maracaibo does. Like, people still love Pirates of Maracaibo.
Yeah, you don't hear much about El Paso.
It's interesting.
Oh,
all right, well,
heard of it.
What do you guys think of our new to us games? Are they worthy of talking about, or are they not? Feel free to assign us points in the comments below, and we'll add those up at the end of the show. Or actually, we'll have to add that up weeks from now when people do it. So there you have it.
Round 2. Fight!
All right, next up, we finally get to 2025, or at least I thought we did. Maybe John doesn't. And that's biggest disappointment, the biggest disappointment of 2025. And I have a couple of interesting ones here. The first one for me is going to be the second version of Ethnos. Ethnos is a game.
I'm glad you said that. That was going to be an honorable mention. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I almost did that one, so good job, Andy.
Well, see, and the crazy thing is this is not the first time they've tried to redo Ethnos. They tried to do it with Archaeo Society too, which I thought was a fail. But they changed this to Ethnos, and they changed. They honestly they slapped on a theme that was just random Asian theme, is what it felt like. It didn't feel like it meant anything. There was no lore behind it or anything. And what they did is they replaced a perfectly good fantasy theme, which I think was fine. There was nothing wrong with the fantasy theme. So we went from wizards and orcs to. I can't remember what the word.
Well, it's animalmorphic, whatever you call it. It's animals doing things like people. It's the same thing they do with Libertalia.
Oh, it's like a furry thing. You're saying?
Okay,
maybe.
No.
Wow. Anyway,
Andy's pushing the envelope today.
No costumes were used while playing this game.
No, so I didn't necessarily care for the re-theme. I didn't think the design was that great. They tried to go very neon, very bright, and it just was almost too much. It almost made it feel cheap a little bit. The map looks a little bit better, but again, the color scheme's nothing great there. But my biggest problem with it, which is a huge problem, and it's a huge negative, and that is they took away the text on the cards. They took away the text, and now they just use iconography. And look, we all play a ton of games, and there's a lot of iconography out there, but let's get to it, folks. We're iconography overloaded. There's too much of it. You can't keep just doing iconography. You got to do text. Same thing with the Hamburg. When I got Hamburg and it didn't have text on the cards, it was so frustrating. But anyway, Ethnos, that really, they biffed that one, if you ask me.
If I could talk about the iconography real quick, it's what makes it doubly frustrating is because unlike other games like Hamburg or something like that, you're going to have the same iconography every game. So you're going to get used to it. But the whole thing about Ethnos is you're changing it every game. You're throwing in all new races, all new things. Okay, wait, that's similar to what the other picture was. Does that mean something? No, it doesn't mean anything similar. It means something else. No. Because you can't make that many icons that are that expressive. So so that is kind of that. I mean, you always have to have the sheet. You always have to have the sheet. Oh, which one is this? Is this the one? Oh no, that's the one that does that. Okay, it's not very intuitive. I'll say that.
The really big problem in this game, let's just get right to it, is the purple ain't purpling on that board. And I would know. I just had to get that out.
There you go.
No, that's a huge misstep. No, the thing is, if they kept it fantasy themed, you could kind of do iconography because it's like, hey, this is a wizard. You magically get to keep extra cards. Like you can kind of like explain it that way. Or you're a halfling. You're plentiful, but nobody really wants to follow you. It's like, okay, I can kind of get that. This is like a deer. Deers are renowned for keeping 4 of things, and dogs. They're followers, not leaders. Okay, why not? Like with the fantasy, it at least kind of made sense. But the animals, you had no idea like what their rationale was for anything.
Yeah, I thought it was a miss, and it's unfortunate because they've tried this twice to rebrand this game, and they needed to rebrand it because the first game, while it's excellent and it's great, it does look blah, especially the map.
I mean, I still like the reskin. I just wish they'd have done it better. That's all.
I will say.
All I know is.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Kelly.
All I know is the new one with the promos is going for a heck of a lot of money online. So even if you hate it, guys, hold on to it, throw it on eBay. I'm talking promos are like $100 on their own.
Wow. Oh my gosh!
I will give them credit. They added more tribes, more races.
Yeah, that was cool. That's what the old one really needed.
It did. It just needed an expansion.
And some of them are really cool.
Yeah. So I had some runner-ups. Another runner-up for me was Storm Raiders from Shem Phillips. It looked amazing at Gen Con, so I bought it just on its looks, and it's...
Is it based on the song?
Storm...
Riders of the Storm.
That's Riders. This is Storm Raiders.
Raiders, my bad.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks awesome on the table. I just wish it was a better game. It's a pickup and delivery game that's just kind of meh. And I mean, I might chalk that up to the fact that maybe I just don't like pickup and delivery games, but it just didn't have much to it. And the final one, real fast, is Citizens of the Spark. This one seemed like such a hit potentially. I was super excited about it. And what happened is, and maybe I need to give it more chances. I've only played it twice, but the problem is the first time we played it, we played with the basic cards, the basic races in there, and it was fun. Then we played with the highly interactive version, and it was like pulling teeth. It was horrible. It was tedious. It was so bad that Daniel got up and walked away from the table. I've never seen him do that. I've never seen him leave the game.
Why'd you buy it?
It was when you started talking about his wife. That's what it was.
This ogre reminds me of Sarah.
I by no means. Those are fighting words. No, this by no means. By no means do I think it was a disappointment. But I will say I did think I was going to like it a lot more than I did. I've played it much more than you have, and every time I play it, I still go, I think this is a good game. Like I'm just right there. I'm always like, I think this is a good game. So I'm not disappointed, but I do feel like it could have just been like, there's always something missing with it, just a little bit.
Well, I've had plenty to talk about. Let's hear what you guys have, Daniel.
All right. So I was torn on which way to go with this one, and I was going to pick the one I truly was disappointed with and I even rated it a 1, but I'm going to say the name of this game and no one's going to know what it is. So I'm going to actually talk more in depth about my actual choice, but my choice that was a 1 was One Piece Adventure Island. So there's a manga out there, an anime called One Piece, and my son loves One Piece, and we saw this advertised. Again, the algorithm really knows me, and I was like, Brendan, look there's a One Piece board game, and it looks like you're a pirate on a ship and you're going to island and you get to control all the crews from the show. And we're like, yes, and we ordered it and we busted that open. Yeah, I've never played a game that like is unplayable. Like the rule book didn't even work. Like there's a combat system that literally is this, okay? Let's say on a 5, your power triggers. You're like, great, cool, that makes sense. Except I have another power that says when you roll a die, add 1 to it. I'm like, why would I need to add 1 to it? Because I just need to roll a 5. So if I roll the 5, then I'm adding 6. And if I roll the 4, then I get a 5. So why am I adding 1? And then the level up in this system is like literally there are some crews who don't power up. Like you don't level up and you just play. And then there's some crews that level up 5 times. And you're like, what? So we played these things and we like got into a battle and Brendan's like, I'm level 5. And I'm like, I'm level 1. And he just like plays a card and destroys me. And I'm like, but I got a +1 to my 5 that I rolled.
There you go.
Okay, so this game, guys, like I was actually so angry about it that I commented on Facebook on their advertisement, and I was like, "Hey, the rule book is unusable." And they actually responded to me and said, "Did you try the upgraded rule book?" And I said, "No, I can't find the upgraded rule book. Where is it?" And I've never got a response back, and I've searched the internet. I do not think there's an upgraded. I think I have the upgraded rule book, guys.
Oh boy.
That should be our answer to any criticism we get about the show. Like, well, have you seen the upgraded show?
Yeah,
and just never answer again.
Episodes?
This is reminding me of Bagged and Boarded.
Yeah, that's a great one. Don't put that one in this category of disappointment.
No, it's not the game.
The
it
rules.
was the players.
Oh,
we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't hate
and
the
then
game,
also
hate the players.
The disappointment that I'm going to pick that people actually heard of, and that is Dirt and Dust. This was a racing themed game. It is not a race game. And while I think this game epitomizes what it means to have incredible rule set, but not fun at all. Like this game, I played it with Randy, and at the end of it, we realized I never once even looked at what he was doing, and he was never looking at what I was doing. This was a completely heads down game, and for a race theme, it was like, that's just kind of unacceptable. And it was one of the most meh experiences I've had playing a game. And the cover looks great. The theme was fantastic. I had so much hype for this one, but it just unfortunately fell flat. Now, I will give it a praise, though. Like, it had a really cool, it's a deck building game, but its gimmick is that you play the cards on your tableau and you roll dice, and you only trigger the cards that you roll the dice off. And then at the end, it all moves down one. So it's kind of like a way to thin out your deck by keeping them in play multiple rounds, which is really cool and clever. But unfortunately, the whole package together was just one of the most like boring experiences I had, even though I could appreciate each thing independently. So far cry between One Piece Adventures and Dirt and Dust, but unfortunately, they're both disappointed for different reasons. One Piece because it was just dreadfully bad, and Dirt and Dust because it was just boring and it was sad.
Was the first game you talked about there, were there a lot of components?
One Piece? No, there really wasn't. There's about one or two pieces.
I bet there was.
Yeah,
I bet there was. I bet there was more than one.
Anyway. It was about 6 or 7. I don't know.
There we go.
Oh boy, we did that. We went.
That'll get us some views, baby.
Too bad that didn't come.
Unsubscribe now.
It's too bad that that phenomena didn't start before we did episode 67. But yeah.
Oh, we just missed it. We just missed it.
It was so
Missed
close.
it by that much. John, what do you got?
Well, here's where I'm going to kind of go bend the rules because, but I feel better that the rules have already been bent because we're supposed to have our biggest disappointment, not biggest disappointments, is the way I understood it. So mine, while it's not from 2025, it's so close. It's from 2024, and it was a game that I'd talked about being one of my most anticipated games of 2024. So that's why it was a big disappointment. And I played it on New Year's Day. And so it's
the tension is building. What is it?
What is it?
It is the behemoth, the Dice Tower. What do you want to call it? Dice Tower fanboy favorite, Unconscious Mind. Unconscious Mind did not live up to my expectations at all. This game, and we'll go into this later on about a game that does this kind of a thing right. But this game, I'm sorry, it was just mechanics, but everything in it is beautiful, and that's what got me to it. Is I'm like, oh my gosh, you're healing these people, you're getting these little things that are on them. As they get healed, this comes off of them, and then they give you this benefit, and then you're going to go around the town, and you don't do anything. None of that feels like that's what you're doing. I fell into a trap where it's like, well, it really makes more sense to me to just keep doing what I'm doing because that's my best way to get points. And so, okay, I'll do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do this. It's available in this, and I'll heal this person. I'll do this, and it just seemed like you're doing what you're doing to do what you're doing. And there was and I usually like this about games, where there can be a whole aspect of the game that you don't even get into, but you can still score well. And that's the way this was. But unlike some of those other games, it was like, I don't really have any interest in doing that other stuff. It was like, it looks pretty, but it doesn't necessarily look fun. I don't know. Maybe it needs more plays, but it's a long game. For a game like that needs more plays for you to enjoy it, games like that you need to enjoy when you play it. The play has to be fun because it's a 3-hour plus game with 3-4 players. So I don't know what I'm missing in it because everybody seems to love it, but Unconscious Mind was a huge miss for me.
I remember when you played that, and when I saw you sit down for that game, I thought, what is John doing? He doesn't like 4-hour games.
Well, it depends. I don't buy 4-hour games. I'll play them. I don't buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that game with you, John, and I remember immediately our experience afterwards. We looked at each other and was like, I don't know if that was fun.
Yeah. I played it.
It was kind of what I just explained about Dirt and Dust. We were like, we did things.
Yeah. It really, underwhelming for me for as much as I was hyped about it. Because
That's too bad. That's too bad.
I say I'm the minority voice on that. Maybe Daniel is too. I don't know. Everybody seems to love that game, but
I haven't played it yet, so I can't comment. Kelly, what do you got?
It was hot in 2024, but I think it's very slowly like leaving the conversation. I think it was a one-trick pony. People were excited about it, the way it looked, the layering cards. But then after they've played it a couple of times, I wonder if our initial thoughts on it was correct. Of like,
maybe
what am I actually doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's one of those games you see out on the table and you stop and your mouth drops and you look at it. So, I mean, I can see the draw, but I agree. Who's talking about it anymore?
Table presence is not everything, unfortunately.
All right, Kelly, what was yours?
Okay.
Biggest disappointment.
I might ruffle some feathers with this one.
Uh-oh.
Because it was definitely a huge hotness game. And my choice would be Galactic Cruise. So, yeah, I'm ready to defend.
Not going to be happy.
I'm ready to defend what I feel about this game. But let me first describe it for those that don't know it. So in this game is your job is to build ships, keep your guests happy. I think the ending premise is that, your CEO is retiring. So, your supervisor wants to have his job by, getting the most points. So on your turn, you choose different options. It's basically worker placement, expanding your network, launching ships. And you have many goals to compete. I think you're trying to earn cubes to put on your ship when you launch. It gets you more game end type of things. I won't bore you with more, but essentially when I played this game, it was an hour teach. I mean, I don't like teaches over 5 minutes, but I sat there and I really tried. I really focused. And not to mention it was an hour setup. And it wasn't even easy putting back into the box with its schmancy game trays. So, and not only that, even just playing it, the rules felt really finicky without the payoff. And the actions regarding the passengers, and I can't recall the specifics to get more specific with this, though, is like there was something with the passengers that was really confusing on your board versus out on the main board. So I don't know, look that up. But I barely got to even launch one ship. And that was almost the exciting part, was like, okay, I'm about to launch this thing I've been building for I don't know how many turns. And then everybody was like, well, we're done playing this game. We don't want to finish it. Let's go. We've been playing it too long. And I was like, seriously? Like, literally, once I was about to get into it. Almost.
Kelly, you can't blame the game for that. That sounds like user error a little bit.
I'm not finished, though. Because here's the thing. Let's also add, and I'm staying consistent here, I'm a little bit over the space themes. I mean, it's such an overdone theme. And what was I going to say? There was, and here's the thing. So once again, the time, I'm telling you, 4 to 5 hours. And I don't mind a long game. I will play it, but I want a long game that's keeping me interested and not just feeling like I just want to go light years back to like just not play this game. Just go back in time and just not play it. And that's the technology I want to build, is a time machine. So that being said, total fail for me. Never again.
Well, I would love to comment on that, but I will have to leave it for a later part of the show.
Oh, yeah. Hint taken.
Yeah, no, Kelly. I appreciate your thoughts on that because I like heavier games, and I've looked at Galactic Cruise, and it looks like it's complexity for complexity's sake, and it has scared me away from even wanting to try it. I have a feeling if I try it, I would like it, but yeah, that barrier, and if your first play of it doesn't pay off, and there's that huge barrier, and you can't overcome it, then it could be the people you're with, but that is also a game problem. Like, you want to be able to get invested in a game right away, and if you have to wait 2 hours, like, that's an issue.
Yeah. And the people I played with were excited to play it. Like, I really didn't even want to play it from the get-go. I had zero interest, but I was dragged in because they were really excited. And even after they played, they were like, oh, that's not a good sign either.
You're a negative Nancy.
Somebody might disagree.
Yes, you are. Well, guys, those are games that were disappointments to us. What are some of the games that were most disappointing to you? And what did you think about our disappointing games? Feel free to comment in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Round 3, fight! The category this time is Biggest Surprise of 2025. At least that's what it was supposed to be. John probably picked a surprise game from the 70s or something.
True story.
When he was in high school. So, anyway, for me, the biggest surprise is one that I stumbled upon at Gen Con. And I met the designers of the game, and they're super nice guys. They're French Canadians, which was just it was a pleasure talking to them. And not that the French Canadian part matters, but they're super cool. They were neat guys. I like their company.
Oh, it matters for a story later. But go ahead.
We've already told that story on here, don't we? Well, anyway, the game is
Eat that horse.
The game is Naterna New Beginning, and straight from their mouths, it was inspired in part by Terraforming Mars and Dune Imperium and Lost Ruins of Arnak, and it definitely has elements from all three of them in there. I enjoy the game. I've played it now probably 4 or 5 times. I am starting to doubt a little bit its staying power, I'll be honest, but I do like it still a lot. It's good. It's a good one. The one area where it maybe suffers is there's a lot of different ways to get different resources, but you can get caught up into just moving resources for moving resources' sake. You got to be very intentional about what you're doing and why you want this resource or this resource. They're not all equally good, especially if you have got certain cards that are activated by these other resources. So I still like it, though. I still like it a lot. I know I'm kind of playing down on it now, but no, it's good. It's definitely worth a play. I will not be surprised if this doesn't. I will be surprised if it doesn't take off. The only reason I could see that it maybe doesn't is because it's an independent publisher. But
and they're French Canadian.
And they're French Canadian.
Well, I mean, did you really get 4 or 5 plays? Because the 2 I saw at Meeple-a-thon, you never got to finish the game.
Oh, stop
Me included in one.
Stop it. Yes, I've actually played 4 or 5 complete games.
Okay.
And like most of these games,
incomplete games,
like most of these games too, and that's the problem is, guys, we don't give stuff enough of a chance because these games get so much better once you're familiar with them, once you know what you're doing strategy-wise. But so many times we play games once or twice and we're like, oh, that could be cool, and then we move on to the next thing. It's really
how do we have a shot when you only want to play your games? Daniel wants to play the brand new one he just got, and John just comes left field with whatever. I mean, how are we going to play it more than once?
That's what makes it tough. You got to have a group of people that depend on you for all the games they play. That's what you need.
I think honestly, one of my New Year's resolutions is going to be to schedule games. Like,
oh, don't Nick Seal us.
I'm going to be like,
seal us.
No, I really think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to be like, next Monday, I am playing this game. You're welcome to come as I teach it, and that's what we're going to do.
I'm going to hold you to
it's
that.
funny. This is really interesting coming from Kelly and Andy because we have this group that we play on Monday nights where we each present 4 games and we play those 4 games kind of over and over again. Like we played Heat like 20 times this year and we've played Arc Nova like 10 times this year. It's amazing what happens when you plan things on a Monday.
Except
just throwing that out
I
there.
don't like your games that you plan. Like all the ones you picked, I'm like, ew.
We played Viticulture every time that you guys showed up. So meh. And I barely like Viticulture.
I know. I got to show up.
We digress.
So one of my other biggest surprises, real fast, is a little trick-taking game called No Loose Ends, and it is fun. It is really cool. It kind of turns trick-taking on its head a little bit because
there's a Trump suit. Who would have thought?
Wow. Yes, there's a Trump suit, but the thing that's interesting about it is you are the theme is that you're trying to commit a crime and cover up your tracks, and so you go around first and you bid. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I played now.
Yeah,
you
bid by placing a card down.
Card from your hand.
That's right. And you're saying that I'm going to win a card in either that number or that color. So if I play a red 7, I can win it with a high red card, or I could win it with a 7 card if it's the high card. So I could use the 7 trump card, for instance. But it's interesting because it punishes you if you go over or under, which I like. I like
That's
that
new. No,
kind of
no
tension.
trick-taking games ever done that.
Stop it.
I was going to say, I know I played at least 2 of these. I can't recall the names. This also sounds like Stick'em. Is this a retheme?
No, it's nothing like Stick'em. I promise
the
you.
color card, you pick a card from your hand, you lay it down, and that color.
You're thinking of spades.
Believe it or not, I'm actually a little unprepared to talk about this because I don't remember it as much as I thought I did. But it is a good game. I know I left feeling it's a good game. In fact, I played it probably 10 times. So, and I remember the other thing that's interesting about it is depending on how you bid, if you bid a lot, you will have less cards. And the round ends when somebody runs out of cards. So you might have, your opponent might have 12 cards and you might only have 8 or something like that. So it makes it a little tricky and interesting.
I don't know if it was the biggest surprise, but I will at least defend Andy that there was actually something there. It was a fine trick taker. I didn't hate it, which is something for me. So
no, you can't comment. You're the wrong guy.
Look at that. I got Daniel to defend a trick taker. Wonders never cease. Wonders never cease. Well, Daniel, what was your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise, hey, John, you should be happy to know. I only have one.
Oh, nice.
I was only surprised. That's
by my biggest surprise.
Yeah. And that is Twisted Cryptids. It is from Unstable Games or T-Turtles Games. Do you guys know those shirts? They do Unstable Unicorns. I think everyone's familiar with that.
Okay.
But they've also did Happy Little Dinosaur and Slay. Here to Slay. These are all games that that I've played with Philip Ponzer, his son, and my son. And the Happy Little Dinosaur and Here to Slay, they're fine. They're fun for what they are and everything. So when my friend Philip busted out Twisted Cryptids, I was like, okay, Philip, I know you're super excited about this and you got a really cool all-in Kickstarter. I'll play it with you, but man, you owe me one. We played this game and it was really solid. Like, it's a really good game. And I wanted to refresh my memory before we recorded tonight. So I went to look up like reviews and how to plays. I didn't see anything from the Dice Tower, nothing from the Brothers Murphs. I didn't see anything from these big named people, Board Game Geek or Game Boy Geek or anything like that. So I think this one's went completely under the radar because it was that unstable unicorn type of game. But this one plays completely different. The whole goal of this is that you are a cryptid, like, your Bigfoot or a jackalope or, whatever the U.S. cryptids are. And
Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny, exactly. And you're trying to you're trying to lure people into your area or to scare people away, depending on what your ultimate goal is. And your ultimate goal, you have like 3 stacks, and each stack has like a goal for that like turn or whatever. So you're trying to meet your goal for the turn by saying like, I want 3 campers, but I don't want any photographers, or I want 2 researchers, but I don't want any hikers. So you're playing these cards to manipulate where they're at on the board, and then everybody else is doing that as well. So they're scaring people away, they're calling people away, and you're like, no, I don't want it on my second token. I need it on my first token. Please don't reveal my third token, because if you reveal my third token, you're going to give me like massive negative points, and it's going to hurt me on my endgame scoring. It was really clever, and it was a beautiful production. The Kickstarter pledge was pretty awesome. It did come with an alternate board, and we didn't see rules for the alternate board. I think it's just a different look. That was kind of weird. But yeah, in the end, this Twisted Cryptids, don't roll your eyes at it if a friend says they backed it on Kickstarter, they want to play with you. There was actually a meaty game there that was a lot of fun.
Okay, 2 things. This was on Kickstarter? Don't they just basically come out to Walmart and Target and stuff right away with these games? No, that's where you see that stuff.
I know. Well, Unstable Unicorns was on Kickstarter because it was like Exploding Kittens, different company, and then like the next big one that was like that was Unstable Unicorns. Okay, and then they did a couple other ones that went straight to Target and stuff. But then this one went to Kickstarter. So
I assume it plays quickly too, or not?
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half, 45 minutes, somewhere in between there.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Sweet spot.
Yeah.
All right. It was good. I actually think John would like it the most out of everybody.
Really? Okay. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Well, John, what was yours?
Well, let me see. First, I'm going to read, for my biggest surprise of the year, I'm going to read the description of it here a little bit. And tell me why you think this would be a surprise, because here's the categories. Adventure.
Here's the game. It's a thematic game that does themes well.
Here you go. Here's the categories. Adventure, exploration, fantasy, sci-fi, and it's a co-op.
Oh, I know what this is.
This sounds like a trash game.
This sounds like nothing I would play, and it was nothing I was real interested in.
Lord of the Rings game?
No, it's not that.
No.
I know exactly what this is, and I can't believe you like it that much. But anyway,
but I played it at I think it was day 0 at Gen Con, where we sat down and played Vantage. And Vantage,
Oh.
I think what it has going for it is it's not so much a game as just an activity to do with people. And it's
That's fair.
and the co-op part, you're really just trying to get something done in your little area, and maybe eventually work up to where you can do the little goals they have out there. I don't know. It's just fun though. The different things. I think what I like about it is it's an adventure game. Man, you are on rails. You are on rails like that little walkway in the airport. You're like, it's like you are right here, Jack. You got that step and that step to choose. Which one do you want to do? But the cool way they do it is you'll have like, Daniel, you remember, there's like 6 different options of actions at each location.
You have different directions. Yeah.
But they're all just like a type of an action. And you're like, huh, this one's usually move. Now it's dig or something like that. You're like, why is it that? Am I supposed to dig? Because you can't just stay there and do all of them. So you're like, which one should I do here? But then you also have your things you're trying to accomplish. If I dig, is that really is there any way possible digging is going to, I'm going to dig because it's on there. I just want to try it. You can just, do that. You can just do it for fun. Say, well, what is that odd thing? This one's telling me to do this. I've never done that before. And the quickness of it too, just moves around the board. Everybody's just making a decision, rolling dice, and you decide if you're going to help them or not. And then you move on. And it's a cool, fun little story thing going on. I didn't think I would like it at all. So yeah, that's definitely my biggest surprise. So
That
Wasn't
is a
this Stone
big
Meyer's
surprise.
passion project, as they call it?
is that what it is? Is it a passion?
That's what I heard. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
And it really resonated. Like, I thought it was a fantastic game. There's some great stories that come out of there. Like like John said about the dig, like right away we were like, our mission was to find like plants. And I landed in a place and it was like, you see a plant lady. And then it said, do you want to pick the plant? And I was like, I probably shouldn't pick the plant in front of the plant lady, but I need the plant. So I was like, I'll talk to the plant lady. And me and the plant lady, we hit it off.
All right.
Like really good.
Nice.
Like really good. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I like it here. Maybe I'm going to buy a home here. And then all of a sudden I fall through a trap door. I end up in an arena fighting people, and I'm like, okay, now I guess I'm killing people here because I got to get out of here. It escalated quickly. And then Chris, his story was great. He literally found something, like one of his options was to drink. So he's like, drink, I will.
Right. Yeah.
And he did. And then his next option was, you can keep drinking or move on. He goes, nah, I'm going to keep drinking.
Gosh.
He played a 3-hour game of Vantage, and he loved it. And literally all he did was drink until the last action of the game, where he finally decided, okay, I'll go north. And he appeared upon a wedding party. And he's like, oh, yeah.
I get some drinking in. Must be beer 30. I'm at the wedding party.
That's right. And then like Philip, when he played, he became a Pokemon trainer because he was like, he found animals and he's like, I'm going to collect them all. And then he ended up murdering all of them.
Oh,
and, yeah. The stories and the directions it went, it's a great time. So I really liked the game. I'm glad you liked it, John.
This sounds like you need to play it with certain people to make it more fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
So, I admit it. I am a gamist. Okay, I'm a gamist. I have a gamist attitude. I'm on the wrong side of history. I judge things by their mechanics, and maybe I need to give this a co-op like this a chance. But I will say that when I saw you guys playing at Gen Con, it didn't look as fun as you guys are describing. It looked like you were all reading your own choose your own adventure stories around a table. I was like, okay,
that might be accurate actually, but they do connect eventually, and at least they're supposed to, I guess. I don't know. You're helping each other out, but. Like I'm like you, Andy. This is not my thing, and that's why I'm surprised I liked it so much. I wouldn't have tried it except for a Gen Con. What the heck? Let's try it.
Fair enough.
Yep. Kelly, what you got?
Okay, so my biggest surprise, and I was like John here, I didn't follow the assignment. It's not technically a 2025 game, but I played it in 2025. And that is Faiyum, if I'm saying that correctly.
Faiyum?
Faiyum, there you go.
It's a David Bowie song.
Yeah, it's a Friedman Fries. And every turn is driven entirely by your hand of cards and how well you use them. On your turn, you'll play a single card from your hand and carry out the action. You can build roads, place farms, harvest goods, etc., etc. The board is fully shared, which is interesting. So your structure you build can be used by other players, and you need to be careful with that. When you've played as many cards as you wish, and this is the best part, you'll recover your discard pile back into your hand in reverse order. So this simple twist creates one of the best mechanics I've experienced. I really enjoyed it, and I'm not a future planner type. So the order you play them really determines how you access them later, which is kind of interesting how you could even deconstruct with certain cards too, of removing them. So it kind of made it a bit puzzly, which I enjoyed. And the fact too, like the market, the way you purchase cards can dramatically affect things. People may get cards that really change up the game by what pieces they now have control of or don't. You do run out of things too, so you got to pay attention when they're laying down certain, like roads, and then you're like, uh-oh, there's no more roads, so my whole strategy better not just have to do with roads or you're going to tank. So what looks kind of like a boring game with lackluster art, which I know Daniel will comment on, this game is
One piece
truly,
of art.
yeah, I know, it's truly a gem. And like I said, that card mechanic is just fantastic.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this, Kelly? Last year when we did the biggest surprise of the year, I picked that game and Chris picked that game as well. So you're now the third person who brings that up as a big surprise, because I'm telling you, when you see this game, guys, you're like, there's nothing redeeming about this game, and you play it fantastic. And I bet you have not played anything like it. You have to look up Faiyum. It is a hidden gem that is just criminally overlooked.
Yes.
I gotta get that one to the table. I admit too that I sometimes judge Friedman Freeze because of some bad experiences I had with Power Grid, which I've found out since that you don't play on the North American side, and it's a way better game apparently. But also there's Factory Manager. That one was just brutal. But I did play another Friedman Freeze game that was I forgot what it's called. It's named after his hometown. We played it at Origins, I think, or Gen Con, and I got to get that one to the table again. But I got to check out Faiyum. It sounds interesting.
Well, I think we should be getting some kickbacks from the publisher here, because at least one of our viewers has bought this game because of us talking about it on the show, and then we keep talking about it. So we'll probably do some money back on that one.
And it has an expansion, y'all.
Ooh.
Really? Yeah. Did we get that played last time at TrevorCon? I feel like we did.
Yeah, that's actually when I got introduced, because I remember I looked at it and I didn't want to sit down, but I think it was Prime that I did, because I love this game.
Yeah.
All right, I got to get it played.
There you go.
Got to get it played. All right, well, what do you guys think? Were those games that were interesting and surprising to you? And if not, tell us why, and tell us what games were surprising to you. Right now, we're going to wrap up the show with
Final round. Let's get it on.
And it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The best game of 2025. All right, John, ladies first. Go ahead, John.
All right. I was going back and forth on my game of the year, and because I don't want to do 3 games of the year like some of these people are probably going to do. But and you guys know what I always say is the biggest ability in a game is playability. So I was leaning towards the new game that I played the most, because I do like that game. We're going to talk about it in a later show, because that's not going to be the game I'm going to choose. I'm actually choosing one that
such a tease.
What a unconscious mind should have been. Ooh. And that is this big, glorious, deep game that is, I mean, just what do they call it when an elegant game.
Flip 7.
I think he's stealing mine. Go ahead.
Maybe. No, I'm not. But
I bet you are.
That game is Luthier.
Yep.
And that's sorry. And that's this game. I mean, from everything from the action selection where it's not worker placement technically, because it's also bidding, because you're putting a number out and nobody knows what that number is. And so then you're trying to figure out, do I need the best choice at this location? Usually, if like one of those games, like I went all in on what I do with this game, where if money is something that you need, I make sure I have more than I ever need, because then I know, well, even if I have to pay for something there, I'm getting something. But I'm like everybody else, they're probably going to get the free stuff. The one I want's the expensive one. I just put a low number there. Doesn't matter when I get done. But then whoever is first in action selection gets to choose what happens first. So after you place all your stuff, you're going to be like, well, before I take that, I need to be able to pay for it. I need to go to the market first. If somebody else is first and they choose that to resolve first, and you're like, I can't pay for the one I wanted. Great. The good thing is, another cool thing about this game, if you can't afford what's there, you don't want what's there, there's a built-in action and upgrade that you can do You thought, oh, well, I'm going to take money instead. You know, I can't afford it. I'm going to take money. Now I won't have to do the market before if somebody does that one. So it helps you. I love how there's no dead zone turns like that. There's always something you can do. There's always something you can salvage out of it. But the other thing too is these numbers will also do more things on your own board if you use the higher number. So you're like, do I want to put my 5 out there to try to get that action? But if I use it here, I can get double the reward if I, finish making this instrument. So many cool things. And then there's the patrons that you have, which are really cool because they give you stuff. Because these people are your patrons. They're helping you do things. Everything's so thematic. It's so cool. However, these patrons want things from you. You better do this for me. You better make this instrument, or else I'm going away and I'm taking all my stuff with me, and you're going to drop down on your on the board because your reputation goes down because you didn't make them happy. Everything is so cool in this game about how it connects, how it's thematic. Now, this is a game, like I was saying in Unconscious Mind, there's a whole other side of the board I hardly did anything with. It all looked cool too, but it just didn't mesh well with my patrons, with my goals, all that stuff. Everything I was doing was on this half for the most part. But when I was running out of things to do there, go over there. Well, let me go ahead and perform one time to see what happens because I don't have a better option over here. Great game. Love Luthier. And it's one of those 3-hour games, whatever. Now I want to play it with all the cool stuff that I thought we had cool stuff in the game we played with. I heard now there's a dice tower that actually plays music when you drop the music dice in it to perform. So I'm like,
that's
how I want to play with that. That's probably a $60 upgrade. But and it was with our friend Pete taught it, and I said there's 3 people I know that if they teach a game, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. That's Pete, Dan, and Father Ken O'Connor. When those guys teach a game, I'm in. I will play whatever. So, Luthier, amazing game. It's probably gonna get a lot of accolades for the end of the year stuff. But
that's interesting because I saw you guys playing that at Meeple-a-thon. And you said 3 hours. I swear you guys were there like 5 or 6 hours.
It was 4 with the teach.
Okay.
Well, you got to include the teach, yeah.
And I couldn't tell from your faces whether you liked it or not. I really couldn't.
I got you.
Because
it's hard to tell sometimes.
It was pretty intense looking. It was very intense looking. But I gotta get it played on your recommendation there, John.
Yes, it's amazing.
So Kelly, he stole yours. What are you going to do?
Yeah, he completely
Do we need to skip Kelly
took
and
the
go?
Wind out of my sails. I was so excited to talk about this. That's what I get for letting John talk
But
first.
not excited enough to go first.
But I do want to add to what you said is
Okay.
Fantastic game. I agree with all your points. Those are similar points that I was going to bring up. But there is one thing that if you're going to play this game, and I want you to lean in here. Whoever's watching, really pay attention to this part. So your patrons get very impatient. So what that means is, when they're sitting on your workbench and you need to gather particular resources, and every round that they're there, you have a little cube that moves up, which is great in the first few rounds because they're giving you cool stuff. But if you let that doggone cube go to the third, not only do you throw away that patron, you throw away everything you've been building towards it for who knows how many rounds. And then to just add insult to injury, you get knocked 3 prestige points for every unmet requirement. The main one and I forget what the secondary one was called. And let me tell you, it was devastating when this happened. I have never been so angry in my life. I was so angry, I couldn't even flip the table. I was so angry, I couldn't even talk for 10 minutes. And let me tell you, when this happened, it was pure silence around the table because even they felt it. So pay attention to that one rule, guys. As long as you don't let that befall you as it did me, you will love this game too.
Yeah, the funny thing about those patrons, you can have 3 of them at once, and they're all going to give you stuff. It's a huge advantage to have the patrons. But I had the one until I was almost done with him. I'm like, okay, I know I can fulfill his the next turn. Now I'll take another one. So I was scared to death of what happened to Kelly, and that was before it happened to her. I was like,
yes!
Okay, I'm not going to have that happen. I moved that down to the start every time. I was like, you got to really mind those patrons.
I didn't pay attention the whole game, so I still don't know what happened that round. All of a sudden, it just hit me.
Yeah, that stinks.
So, Kelly, I'm shocked to hear that this is your game of the year, too, because I remember that night. I wasn't there, but I was the receiving end of the group chat that you raged about in that. It was like 4 or 5 messages about Luthier, and I was like, I think Kelly's gonna drop out of the hobby. Like, I don't know what just happened.
Potentially.
I think there's a story there, and then she's like, "This is my game of the year."
Yeah.
No,
What?
because I was so invested. I loved it that much that it hurt. I was so into what I was building and doing. It made sense thematically, all the things you did. So, like, when this happened towards the end of the game, mind you, I spent 4 hours of my life into this game to just have it ripped. It was just, it was an experience and a story I'll never forget.
She was angry because she cared, Daniel. That's
Okay.
game makes you care.
Yeah, passion.
right.
Music, passion.
I mean, hey, that's just a foot in the door to 18xx right there. You invest 5 hours, and then somebody comes and takes your company away from you, and you're like, that was the most infuriating and greatest moment of this entire game.
Don't give John Shan a little inch there, because he'll try to start getting me to play again. Not happening, John. I love you, but not happening.
All right, Andy.
What you got, buddy?
Well, as usual, I'm breaking the rules, and I've got 2. I know you love me and you hate me. It's just how it is. Just like my wife. So one of them is obviously Galactic Cruise, and Kelly trashed this game. I was first introduced to this game, I think it was 3 years ago. We went went to a teach of it at Gen Con, I think.
Yes.
It was you, me, and Chris at the time, I believe. We sat
I think
down.
it's 2022, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. And I was excited beforehand, and then I got the teach, and I was like, I don't know. This is kind of tedious.
Oh, really? Okay.
But then I finally played the final product here not too long ago, and I've only played it once, but I had a very different experience from you, Kelly. I really enjoyed it. I felt like the theme kind of worked. I thought it was kind of interesting. I liked the action selection board where you can only select actions that are next to where you are, unless you want to pay an opponent, I believe, to go over that and use an action next to them. I thought that was interesting. I thought there was it's a worker placement game. You're upgrading tracks and stuff. I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was fun. So I definitely think it has some playability and has some hype in it, and it should. I think if you haven't played it yet, Daniel and John, you should before you judge it based on Kelly.
No, you'll hate it.
The other one.
How did you last through the rules? That's all I want to know. Sorry to interrupt.
So I've got a buddy, Craig, who taught it, and he did a really good job. Actually, I'm finding out he's got pretty good taste in games because he bought that one at Gen Con, and he bought this other one that I also thought was a game of the year, and that was Lightning Train.
There we go. Okay.
Which I really enjoyed Lightning Train. I didn't know if I would because it doesn't look amazing. The components, it's interesting because you in some ways I'd be like, I want like mini trains and stuff, but you can't because it's a bag builder. You are taking these little cardboard pieces and put them in the board, put them into your bag and drawing them out. And so the trains look the same as other things. There may be a way to upgrade the components and make it look cool, but it was really fun. It was it's funny because it looks like it's a Ticket to Ride type game, and it's not. It's not. You are building routes, you are shipping things, but it's much more complex. And it's like I said, the bag building is a huge part of it. I liked the fact that there was some chance involved, but I thought there was still stuff you could mitigate by crafting your bag better. I know Daniel, I think, didn't like this one, but I thought it was a lot of fun. I've probably played it 5 times, and I like just even talking about it. I want to play it again. So that says something.
Pass.
Yeah, we actually reviewed that one on the show, so good job, Andy, picking one that our viewers actually have heard about.
Did we really?
But I will say, only our reviewers know about this game, or our viewers know about this game, because no one else is talking about it. It was
that is really weird.
Super hype game from Gen Con, and then just gone. Like nothing. I kind of think it's like between printing maybe and like it's not widely available. Maybe. That's my only guess. And so like if you didn't get it at Gen Con, you're not getting to get the game because no one's talking about it at all. And it's kind of weird.
That surprises me because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was way better than I expected it to be. I'll say that because I'm not train theme immediately throws me off. Usually I'm not into it, but I think the bag building thing and all that was the different directions you can go with it and how you use your different resources. You have a lot of choices, and so the options seem so wide open that I think it's a really cool game.
Well, and it's also it's a very backstabby game.
It can be, yes,
because you're trying to somebody could be building this huge route to ship this good and make a ton of points, and you could come in and just ship it, and it only goes one space, and you take the good away, and then there's no good there to ship anymore. And
and you always have to go through the smallest track too. So somebody could just build a track to like, you were like, I have to go all the way around the country, and you're like, or I'm just going to build a route from Kansas City to St. Louis and connect those from you. And then you're just like, that was going to be 20 links. Now it's only 5 links. Yeah. Awesome. Which is devastating. And that's kind of what it feels like to play 18xx. My problem with the game, though, was that the cards were too random. I always have an issue with games that are highly strategic, and then they're like, here's a random card that could be good or could be bad. And you're just like, why? Why did you do that?
And you didn't get many cards either. That was the thing. It's like you really needed more cards or something mechanism to allow you to get through them.
I will say that was interesting because the stack of cards was pretty significant, but you only get a couple, and so that was a little frustrating. But I hear what you're saying, that it had a feel a little bit like what is it, Pan Am. Pan Am's got that feeling too, where you have those bonuses and stuff, and some of them are fine, and then some of them feel like they're way overpowered, and you can just.
You've been listening to Daniel too much. Pan Am is fine.
Then you might like. Well, you've played Lightning Train. Did it remind you of Pan Am at all?
It did not at all.
Okay.
For one thing, you don't get that many cards. That's what, like you were saying, you can get cards all the time in Pan Am. So, I mean, the more the merrier. The more you get, the better chance you're going to get one that you like.
Well, that's me. I'm done babbling. Daniel, what you got?
All right. So your official game of the year, just so we're clear, is Galactic Cruise, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Galactic Cruise.
Okay. All right.
Daniel's is going to be Lightning Train.
Oh my gosh, guys. I've gotten heartburn over this choice because
oh my gosh.
You guys know my taste in games, right? I like Euros. I like Ameritrash. I like big games. I like adventures. I like stories. I like thinky, crazy games. I like 2-player skirmish games. And I don't usually like little box games. Like they just make me cringe, and I'm just like, there's not much good in there. Oh gosh. But guys, I'm looking at my list, and I just look at over and over again, and I'm like, out of the games I played this year, there's just no doubt about it. My favorite game was Fliptoons. It was.
Wow.
I knew that's what you were going with. I thought you were going to say Flip 7. I was so excited.
Oh, no. No, Fliptoons right there over my shoulder. This game is just, it's just elegant. Let's just put it that way. In the heart of deck construction and deck building games is the probability to get what you want in your hand so that you can get the best turn round after round after round. Deck builders, you do this, and then we'll use Dominion because it's the one that most people know. Eventually you get too many provinces in your hand or too many scoring cards, and it slows down your deck, and you're like, oh great, I should have done that sooner. I pivoted too soon. So you're always trying, or when you're playing Magic, you're trying to find that perfect curve, but you're doing this over turn after turn after turn. Fliptoons kind of says, okay, if you build your deck as perfectly as possible, what is the probability of you just getting the perfect hand this time? And I love that. I love building the deck to where when I flip 6 cards, no matter what order they come out in, it optimized my points, and because of that, I scored a whole bunch of points. I didn't really explain the game, but ultimately what you're doing, it's an auto battler. You're just flipping 6 cards over, and then you're going to count up your points, and you're going to buy new cards. You're going to shuffle it in that 6-card deck, and you're going to flip 6 more cards over, and that's all you're doing. But this very fine and precise mechanic is just... It's just perfect. It's just perfect, and it does it in such an exciting way. It takes challengers, which is a really fun game. It took tag teams, which is a cool game, and it just simplified even those already simple games. And what can I say? I really enjoy it, and I've never had a bad time with it, and I get excited every time it's out on the table. So it's unlike me. I'm shocked myself, but I just couldn't get away from it. Fliptoons was the best game of the year. But if you guys wanted me to pick a bigger game, this would be my honorable mention, my number 2, and that is Moon Colony Bloodbath. And without getting too much into this game is the chaos that I enjoy. It is a engine building game that you get to build your engine for 1 to 2 turns, and then you immediately start ripping it down because crazy psycho blood craving robots are trying to help you so much that they start killing your population, and it's a mad dash to build buildings so that you can get more population just to be sacrificed to the robots. This game plays in like 45 minutes, and as long as you know what you're getting into, it is a fun ride. You go build up your engine, and then you're just swimming upstream to keep that engine running longer than your neighbors. You're just like, I can do this. And then the other person's like, no, Daniel's almost dead. If I could just get one more card out, I'm going to win. And it gives you this really fun tension every time I played. So that would be my, if you're one of those people who are like me and are like, small box games can't be your game of the year, then pretend it's Moon Colony Bloodbath. But it's technically Fliptoons.
All I know is you have lost all credibility, Daniel. You can't go on and on all year long about small box games being snooty patooty when anybody else has one, and then you have the nerve to torture our viewers with a small box best game of 2025. Sir, you need to apologize.
Hey, what can I say? This is 2 games that I talked about.
I know. You're already talking about one small box game tonight.
So here's a question for you, Daniel. What would happen if you just went with small box games in your collection?
Oh my gosh.
You'd give an entire room back to your family.
You could have another kid.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll say this, maybe I need to play more.
The artwork on that Moon Colony Bloodbath, I love it. The 50s and 60s looking throwback sci-fi stuff. That looks cool. That would get me to play it right there.
Oh, yeah. I love the tongue-in-cheek nature of that game too, because like it's literally like the robot is like it's the robot doctor. And it's like you lose 5 population, but you gain a food, and you're just like, I don't want okay. I think I know what that robot doctor's doing. Or it's like the nursery. You can spin a crate to get 4 populations, and you're like, and there's in the factory, there's the robots are like moving babies around, and you're just like, are you building babies? Like I don't know. It's just there's some weird stuff going on there that makes you laugh the whole time.
That's pretty cool.
I only played it once, but I walked away with a pretty fun play of it. I think. I judge things sometimes on staying power, and I'm not sure how much staying power it's got, but it was fun. It's fun.
I don't know. It can, because it gives you that anxiety. It's a race. It's a race game. Well, let's just say it that way. It's the race to see who can keep the most people, or who just not to lose one. There's a game that came out several years ago, and it came out last year too, and it's called Ponzi Scheme. And it is what it sounds like. You're borrowing money with high interest to pay it back in 3 rounds, and you borrow money to pay it back in 5 rounds, and you borrow money so that you can pay that back in 6 rounds, and you're just like, there's like this stress to it. That's what Moon Colony Bloodbath is too. It's like you're like trying to invest in people so that you can sacrifice them to the robots 2 turns from now.
Essentially.
Gotcha.
Gotta give it another play.
Yeah, well, it was a good time.
Very interesting mismatch of games of the year for us.
Yes.
What was your game of the year in 2025? Please feel free to tell us below, and we'd love to hear that. And feel free to comment on the bad choices we've made during this show, because
please do.
They are aplenty, especially myself. So, you know what? I never did this. I said this. I wanted to say this at the most disappointing section.
Well, I still get to do one, don't I?
Oh, I thought you just.
You stole it, so I'm going to repick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know you talked about it.
I won't be as prepared, but I'm going to still repick.
All right. Well, what do you got?
All right. So I did actually have 2 other games that were in contention, and so they definitely deserve some mentions. One of them being, I have to thank John. It's because of John that I got to experience this game. I did not even know it existed. Never would have chose to play it, but it was Fountains. So John was going to sign up for this game, and there was an open spot. He pinged me. I came, and it was Fountains. And it was just a really big, I almost could have been my big surprise game, honestly, because it's kind of, it's got a rondel, and you choose spots, and you can get tiles. You can score points for what you've already laid out. It's a very interesting placement-wise. Daniel, if you haven't played it yet, you might really actually like this, considering what you've said so far this show. But you can either go out spatially, or you can build up, and you get more points as you build up. And you can, if you do play on top, though, you got to be careful that your fountains don't get cut off. You got to keep having other tiles that have that, and you can place fishes. And then, so when you're scoring, you can score all the lily pads that you have showing. You count them up, and you're racing. Everybody gets to score it, so it's who has the most gets the most points, and so on and so forth. It's also scoring of the fountains. How many fountains do you have? And it was a it was really fun. So that's one of my games I would definitely put in contention for 2025. The other honorable mention I'm going to mention is Shallow Sea. It's kind of funny. They're both water games, but
That is funny.
Shallow Sea, I also played the same weekend, and that was another huge surprise because I was kind of thinking when I saw it come out that it looked a lot like Calico or Cascadia, but it actually holds its own weight. It's quite fun and puzzly. You do have the placement of the different colored fishes. You want to line up with the right tiles to score points. You want to finish them at the right time. I know I struggled a little bit with some of the end game tiles, and some friends helped me figure out something to do like a huge 40-point spread. So it can be really exciting, the combos that you can do in this game. And let's be honest, they both look really good on the table, which is always something I like.
I will say Fountains did look really neat.
One of the things that surprised me about it in that rondelle is there's 3 different pieces that nobody has a piece of your own that you're moving the rondelle. They're just 3 different colored pieces. And when they land on their home space, that's when that is going to go ahead and score. So you're like, well, do I want to set that up to where that can score pretty soon? Because I'm going to tear everybody up if that scores. So you're like constantly thinking, but if I do that, there's nothing else I really want. If I do that, it's going to hurt me. If I do that, it's going to help me, but not much. Yeah, there's a lot of different options instead of just, well, that's what I want, I can't get there. There's a whole bunch of different things to think about when you're moving things around on that rondelle. It's really cool.
And it's timing. Like, do I want to open up the lily pad section for John, and he's going to score 25 points? I'm going to score 5, or do I want to keep it blocked or block the good tile there? You know, it has got a lot of decisions. For
that's what's cool. You're not just building up towards the end of the game. You're just, certain things might score way more than other things do. It just depends on who's landing there. So, yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Well, again, sounds good. Let us know in the comments what you think, and share some of yours favorite games of the year. I think we've done a marathon episode tonight. I think we've talked about more games in one episode than we ever have. I'm going to bet that, actually. I'd put some money on that. So,
I think to make up for it, we just don't talk about games next time. Let's just talk about other
Talk about something else. Okay.
Well, actually, can't we talk about more games? I thought you had some different categories that you had prepared for. Andy.
I'll say a couple real fast, but I got real fast. I said overhyped was Fenspan. It was fine, but that was so much hype. And then gimmicky without
wait. Overhyped game. Hold on. Overhyped.
Okay. What you got? One
Ghost Train. Ghost Train is overhyped.
You mean Lightning Train?
Lightning Train. And I was
like, what's Ghost Train?
I've never heard anybody hype Ghost Train.
It's a card, Daniel. It's a promo card, not the game.
I know. It throws me off. But no, I thought that one was overhyped, to be honest. It was a Dire Wolf game, and everyone was like, oh, it's their next big hit. And then everyone stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
I liked
overhyped.
It. Still like it, obviously. Anybody else got an overhyped game?
Other than No Loose Ends, I don't have one.
The other one is I had a gimmicky game that I don't think will have any staying power, and that's that Rivers game that you got.
Oh, man.
I don't think it came out this year.
12 Rivers.
You got to play it again.
It just
I don't know if this came out this year. Was Gnome Hollow this year or last year?
That was last year.
It was last year,
okay.
I think.
And I was going to say, because that was super overhyped. I was so underwhelmed with that one.
Yeah.
And I love gnomes, so I don't know.
I would say a gimmicky game, though, is also the Moon Colony Bloodbath. It's kind of gimmicky, but it was fun.
Sure.
You got to play it twice, as Daniel said. My first play, I was really irritated. The second play, I got it.
There you go.
Well,
play it twice.
Guys, thanks for joining us on this journey, and feel free to look for us on social media. We have a Facebook group. We also occasionally upgrade our Instagram, and I think we have some others, but I'm not sure what they are. I'm out of the loop a little bit. Daniel does all that. So we have a website now. The website's pretty cool. You can go to aroundtheboard.net and see some pretty cool stuff, and you can always email us at mail@aroundtheboard.net.
I check it.
I check it too.
He answers back, folks.
Wow, that's cool. All right, well, thank you guys. We'll see you next time here Around the Board.
There you go.
Game of the year, right here. Could have been Oasis.
Flip 7.
Oh,
Flip 7.
I know, we do.
Where?
There it is.
Oh, I see it. What is it? I can't quite see it. Oh, turtles?
Did you get the collector coin?